Did you know that Bata shoes is from Switzerland? I didn't know that. I just found out the other day in class and I was like, oh, really? All of us in Malaysia wore Bata shoes to school. Like most of us. And speaking of shoes, you know the sheep shat, the Velcro shoes? Velcro is also founded, how do you say? Velcro is also created or discovered or invented in Switzerland. That's so cool. So I've already know something Swiss without knowing that it's Swiss since I was how old? 7? The Swiss has its own currency. Well, if you're a flight attendant or pilot watching this, you know this already. But a lot of people think that Switzerland uses euros because it is like in the Europe region. But Switzerland has its own currency. It is well known as Swiss francs, but the official abbreviation is CHF, which is Confederatio Helvetica Franc. Confederatio Helvetica Franc. Speaking about Helvetica, the font in your computer, Helvetica, is also invented in Switzerland. And the next one is something basic now that I'm here, but when I wasn't here, I didn't know that. In Switzerland, they speak 4 languages: German, French, Italian, and one more is in a very small area in Switzerland, they speak Romansh. It's like a spoken Latin language from the Roman Empire mixed with German. I don't really know how it sounds, but according to Dani, it actually sounds a little bit like Italian. In Switzerland, you can vote for everything. Like if they want to take down a building, they have to ask the people living around that area to vote yes or no, and if you want to build something, the people can vote whether they want it or not. So there's this oldest hotel in Thun. It's really beautiful, and they wanted to take it down to build something bigger or something like that, and the community says no. And I'm so glad because it's such a beautiful building. Even if it's your own backyard, you want to build a terrace to sit out in the sun, you need the approval of everyone. The neighbors can say, no, I don't want it. It's a sore eye if you sit outside. I don't want to see you outside. So they can vote for no, like they don't let you build stuff. Even like for our house, these windows are really, really old, and because we live in an old town, they want to keep everything synchronized. So even to change our windows to a more insulated one so I'm not frozen to death, it takes months and months because it needs approval. We need to find suppliers, and in the end we didn't change it. As you just saw, the hotel's name was Emmental, and Emmental is also a cheese name. And I found out that the name of these cheeses are actually just named after the place they come from. So there's Appenzeller, Emmental, Gruyere, how do you pronounce that? All these are names of places. I never knew that. When I was a flight attendant, we served cheese in business class. I thought, all these names are so difficult to remember. But if I had known they were name of places, maybe it would have been a little easier. Speaking of names, the Swiss last names, their surnames, are named mostly after what they do. So now that I'm learning German, people's names can sound quite funny to me because it's like a name of a guy from around here. Say Matthias, as they will call it. Matthias Zimmermann. Matthias is like Matthew in English, and Zimmermann is actually carpenter. So it's quite funny. If Jesus were to be named here, he would be like Jesus Zimmermann. There are also last names like Schneider, which is like, I think, cutting. Schneiden is cut or chop. And then Fisher, I don't know, maybe that's fishing, but I don't know if people really fish here. I don't know if there are any, what do you call it, fishermen here? Nelayan, I almost said. Nelayan is fisherman in Malay. So last names are very often a name of a profession. So people's surname are profession and some are place of origin and things like that. I even heard that in Japan, this is out of the topic, but in Japan, their last names, their family name, are named after where they were born. So I heard that some of my Japanese crew in the past, they say that their names are like under a tree or stuff like that. Pretty strange as well. Imagine being born under a tree. That's like in public. But maybe long time ago people give birth in nature under the tree. That's pretty cool. The next one is very funny to me that the Swiss people didn't even find it weird until I pointed it out. There was once we were at some mountain social gathering and it was on a Tuesday. It was a public holiday. So we had brunch and after that we wish each other goodbye. As you have seen in my Swiss culture videos, you know that we shake people's hand to say goodbye. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's very interesting if you like cultural stuff. And what was I saying? Yeah, so it was a Tuesday and we had brunch and everything and we were wishing each other goodbye. And everybody was saying schönen Sonntag, schönen Sonntag. That's like happy Sunday, have a nice Sunday. And I was like, but it's not a Sunday. Why are you guys saying schönen Sonntag? And then I found out that every public holiday, because you act like it's a Sunday, everything is closed and nobody goes to work and it's just like a typical Sunday. So people have come to wish each other happy Sunday on public holidays. I don't know if you know this, just want to add it in here. Muesli is from Switzerland, you know, those oats and nuts and dried fruit stuff mix. So this next thing is about gun ownership. So the military guys, they actually carry real guns around and they keep their guns at home. They can either choose to put it somewhere and pay a fee for it or keep it at home. So people actually keep guns at home and it's a very normal thing. Like hunters keep guns at home, and if I'm not mistaken, Switzerland has a very low accident or what do you call it? Like shooting rates compared to America. People keep guns at home. And that's scary but interesting that they're not misused. Hopefully it continues to be so. So if you like videos like this, remember to click the like, subscribe so you won't miss out on suicide stories, which I am really enjoying making, and I hope you like it too. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!